One Jedi stands on business every single time. Fade after fade after fade. He never runs. He stays there. He says hello there, and he beats you up every time. Who's Grievous? Who's Maul? Who is Vader? I don't know. Obi-Wan killed them all. He did so with skill, with precision, with all the might you could ever imagine that a Jedi could have. This Jedi is none other than Obi-Wan Kenobi himself. He goes by the Negotiator. He goes by Space Jesus. He knows what he's doing. He will win. Now let me show you why Obi-Wan Kenobi is the undisputed GOAT of Star Wars. Obi-Wan Kenobi was born on the planet Stujon. Why? Because George Lucas said so. Taken to the Jedi Temple at a young age, like many Force-sensitive children, his early years were shaped by discipline and study. Unlike many Jedi, Obi-Wan's story was defined by a single fateful relationship, his apprenticeship under Qui-Gon Jinn. Qui-Gon was known for questioning the rigid rules of the Jedi Council. This made his relationship with Obi-Wan fascinating, a master who pushed boundaries, and a student who was disciplined, cautious, and loyal to the Order. Their bond was strong, but also full of conflict, as Obi-Wan sometimes struggled with Qui-Gon's rebellious streak. But everything changed on Naboo. Facing Darth Maul, the first Sith revealed in over a millennium, Obi-Wan was forced to confront his greatest test. When Maul killed Qui-Gon, Obi-Wan was devastated, but instead of giving in to despair, he rallied with incredible focus. Despite being only a Padawan, he defeated Maul in one-on-one duel, cutting down one of the deadliest Sith warriors of the era. This victory was historic. Obi-Wan became the first Jedi in centuries to kill a Sith Lord. Immediately after, the Council granted him the rank of Jedi Knight, and with Qui-Gon's dying wish, Obi-Wan accepted the training of Anakin Skywalker, a decision that will shape the fate of the galaxy. When the Clone Wars erupted, Obi-Wan rose to become one of the Republic's most respected generals. Unlike Anakin, who relied on raw power and aggression, Obi-Wan fought with patience, defense, and strategy. His mastery of Form 3 Surisu made him one of the greatest defensive duelists in Jedi history. This style allowed him to outlast even the most aggressive opponents, including Grievous, Maul, and Anakin himself. But Obi-Wan wasn't just a fighter, he was the Negotiator. He earned this nickname not just by settling conflicts through diplomacy, but consistently outsmarting his enemies in battle. He wasn't reckless like Anakin, yet he always found a way to win. During the war, Obi-Wan faced some of the deadliest opponents in the galaxy. Asajj Ventress, Count Dooku's assassin, whom he dueled multiple times and survived each encounter. Cad Bane, one of the most feared bounty hunters in the galaxy, whom Obi-Wan matched in cunning. And of course, Count Dooku, the Sith Lord and leader of the Separatists. Though Obi-Wan often struggled against Dooku's precision and power, he always endured, showing a survival instinct that few Jedi matched. One of Obi-Wan's greatest victories came on Utapau, where he defeated General Grievous, the cyborg Jedi killer who wielded the lightsabers of his fallen enemies. This battle required not only incredible skill, but also bravery. Obi-Wan leapt into the heart of Grievous's army alone, a move that showed his confidence and tactical brilliance. But Obi-Wan's story in the Clone Wars wasn't just about combat. He faced deep personal pain. On Mandalore, Obi-Wan loved Duchess Satine Kryze. Their bond was powerful, and Satine admitted she would have left everything behind if Obi-Wan had only asked. But he didn't. His loyalty to the Jedi Code was too strong. When Satine was murdered by Maul, Obi-Wan just didn't fall into anger. He endured his grief with dignity, embodying the Jedi ideal of compassion without vengeance. This ability to endure, to lose everything and still remain a Jedi, is what made Obi-Wan stand apart. And honestly, this shows that Anakin was just a brat, because if Obi-Wan can do it, Anakin sure as hell could have too. Anakin is that kid who just doesn't like to be told no. To understand Obi-Wan's legacy, we must look at his greatest enemies. Darth Maul. Obi-Wan and Maul's rivalry is one of the greatest in Star Wars. Their story stretched out across decades. Obi-Wan killed Maul on Naboo, only to face him again during the Clone Wars. Maul sought revenge.
Krusty Krab, this is the Krabby Patty. And now you, the humble employee of the...
tormenting Obi-Wan by killing Satine, yet Obi-Wan never broke. Finally, years later on Tatooine, the two faced off for the last time. And in short, precise duel, Obi-Wan killed Maul in seconds, not with rage, but with mastery. Maul died in his arms, and Obi-Wan gave him peace. Next, we have General Grievous. The Republic feared Grievous for his brutality and skill. With 4 lightsabers, cybernetic speed, and the ability to slaughter Jedi with ease, Grievous was considered nearly unstoppable. but Obi-Wan proved otherwise. On Utapau, he not only dismantled Grievous in combat, but destroyed his entire Separatist campaign. Few Jedi could have ever done what Obi-Wan Kenobi has done to Grievous. Next, we have Count Dooku. Though Obi-Wan was often overpowered by Dooku, his ability to survive one-on-one with the galaxy's most skilled duelist is a testament to his resilience. Dooku defeated and even humiliated many Jedi, but Obi-Wan always lived to fight another day. And this was usually because Count Dooku always fled the scene. He never stayed to really finish the fight, which in my book is a win. Lastly, we got Anakin. On Mustafar, Obi-Wan faced the greatest challenge of his life, dueling his own Padawan, his brother, and his best friend, and basically his son. This was not just combat, this was tragedy. Yet Obi-Wan did what no one else could. He defeated the Chosen One. In one of the most emotional duels in Star Wars, Obi-Wan proved that discipline and defense would overcome raw power and fury. Imagine your brother, your sister, your mother turns evil, and then you have to kill them. He had all the torment in his mind and did it anyway. Unlike Anakin, who just killed children just to kill children because his wife was gonna die during childbirth. Obi-Wan killed people with a purpose, and that's why he stands on business every single time. Later on in their rematch, Obi-Wan showed his true mastery. No longer weighed down by the guilt, he tapped into the full strength of the Force, overwhelming Darth Vader once again. In both fights, Obi-Wan showed he wasn't just a survivor, he was a master. Imagine being dunked on twice by the same dude who taught you everything, and you thought you were better than him, and he dunked on you twice. Although he was a master in battle, his greatest strength, honestly, was his survival. When Order 66 wiped out near the entire Jedi Order, Obi-Wan had endured. He went into exile on Tatooine, where he carried a burden heavier than any other Jedi, watching over Luke Skywalker while living with the guilt of killing his son. In exile, Obi-Wan wrestled with grief, doubt, and isolation, but he never gave up. Guided by the teachings of Qui-Gon Jinn, he learned to commune with the Force in new ways, preparing himself for the moment he would sacrifice everything. That moment came aboard the Death Star. Obi-Wan's final duel with Vader wasn't about victory, it was about faith. By surrendering his life, he ensured Luke, Leia, and the Rebellion could live on. And in that moment, Obi-Wan achieved what few Jedi had: immortality in the Force. Imagine going fade for fade for fade 3 times, Vader and Obi-Wan. And when you are Vader and you finally kill him, you make him immortal. I'm just saying, if I'm Vader at this point, I'm low-key just gonna quit. It's like going to the NBA in your rookie year and playing against LeBron. Like, you realize there's levels to this shit. I'm fully convinced that if Obi-Wan had fought the Emperor, he low-key would have won. Obi-Wan Kenobi is not the most powerful Jedi in raw strength. He is not the Chosen One. But what makes him the most badass character in Star Wars is his endurance. He fought and defeated legendary enemies, Maul, Grievous, Vader. He endured the loss of his master, his love, his order, and his student, his son, and still remained true to the Jedi way. And in the end, he passed the torch to Luke Skywalker, ensuring the survival of the light. Obi-Wan Kenobi is much more than a warrior. He is the ultimate Jedi, a symbol of hope, sacrifice, survival. So, what's your favorite Obi-Wan moment? His first duel with Maul, his victory over Grievous, or his heartbreaking duel with Anakin? Let me know down in the comments, and don't forget to subscribe for more deep dives into the legends of Star Wars, where the stories run deeper than the galaxy itself. I will see y'all in the next video. Peace.